Right, so let's take a look at whether a system of forces is balanced, unbalanced, what the predicted motion change would be, and what the net force would be. So in this first one, we can see that there's 80 newtons up and 50 newtons down. So because there's different amounts of force up and down, this is going to be an unbalanced situation. More than that, we can say that the net force, balanced, I can't spell, the net force can be calculated because we have actual values. So we're going to subtract 80 minus 50 to find our net force. It would be 30 newtons. And because the 80 newton force is the larger force, then the net force is going to point up. Okay, so this is how we would express the net force. And because the net force points up and the motion also points in that direction, this object is going to begin to speed up. Its motion will change because the forces are unbalanced. Right, in this next situation, we have 50 newtons down and 20 newtons up. Okay, so there's more force down. That's important to recognize. But they definitely are unbalanced. They're not equal amounts of force in the two directions. So we would again subtract our forces. Coincidentally, comes out to be 30 again. But in this case, that extra 30 newtons is pointed down. There's more force down than up. And so we would say that the net force is 30 newtons down. Because that's in the opposite direction to the motion, this object is moving up, but it has this net force pointing down, that works against the motion, and so this object would begin to slow down. In our last situation, the two forces are the same, pulling in opposite directions. This would be a balanced system. We could also say the system is in equilibrium because the forces are balanced. Notice equilibrium does not mean it's stationary, doesn't mean it's at rest. It just means that everything is balanced, that nothing is changing. So there would be zero net force because 20 minus 20 is 0. You cannot give a direction because the two sides have the same amount. And there would be no change to the motion because there is no net force. Everything would just maintain its same motion. That's what equilibrium means.